Anna Garcia is a 20-year-old female undergraduate that works in a research lab in the Gentry Life Science Building, where she was found dead. She woke up with a headache and went to go study with her boyfriend and Dominique Hall. She then went home and took some migraine pills. Hours before her death, she went to the lab where she was repairing the labs. She then went home and presumably went to the lab in the morning where she was found dead. Before Anna's death, she had been working with Dr. Elise Opal for multiple days. A couple days before her death, she suffered a hit to the head during a soccer practice from Sam Green. The scene was in Dr. Elise Opal's laboratory at her college. Anna was laying on the ground, motionless, surrounded by blood. We found items like gloves, footprints, phones, flask, pills, and a white powder with balloon.
The persons of interest are Eric Piedmont, Anna's boyfriend, Dominique Hall, who is Anna's competitive classmate, Taylor Diaz, who's a friend of Anna, and the person who found her body, Dr. Opal, who's Anna's professor, and Sam Green, who is Anna's soccer teammate. Each person of interest had a question out of the usual. Overall, we concluded that the lie detectors were not particularly useful for information, since it was hard to distinguish between someone that was lying and someone that was just nervous. To determine their trustworthiness, we looked at the heart rate and the respiration rate of the persons of interest. However, this led to the conclusion that most questions seemed fairly suspicious. Our top persons of interest are Eric, Taylor, and Dominique. Eric is Anna's boyfriend. Taylor found the body, and Anna took a heavily desirable award from Dominique. It's one.
Evidence we found, Eric, Taylor, and Anna have been spending a lot of time with each other before the days of Anna's death. Eric and Anna seem to have gone in a fight with each other and not talked to each other. Anna also has a big bruise that she got from soccer. Our fingerprints suggested that Eric's and Anna's and an unknown person the DNA was found at the scene. The hair was similar to Anna's hair. The blood suggested a spray pattern. This could have been from Anna's head trauma or possible murder weapon. The blood was dropped waist high. Overall, we found that the DNA might have been found at the scene alongside Anna's. Taylor's DNA might have been found at the scene alongside Anna's. Taylor's DNA looked extremely similar, however, his DNA was shifted down slightly compared to the CSI.
While we're getting closer to definitive conclusion, there are some questions that we need to address that have us still undetermined. Anna's death could have been a natural death. She could have hit her head on the same bruise spot she suffered a couple days ago. However, there's an interesting amount of evidence pointing to Taylor and there is being another person to crime. The unknown DNA was found at the crime scene. In order to solve this case, we need to find Taylor was doing the morning of the crime. In other words, his alibi.